everyone, it's AC here from Plant Cunning Podcast and the new Actaea Institute of Herbal Medicine and Aromatherapy, here to contribute to the Herb Rally Daily Infusion Challenge with a brief demo on what is the difference between an infusion, a tea, and even a decoction. So let's talk about teas first. Teas are generally made with the leaves and flowers of aromatic plants. We use less herb, about a teaspoon of herb to a cup of water, and less time, about 10 to 15 minutes of steeping with a lid. I love using a teapot or even a French press to make my teas with. And an infusion is made with much more herbs and often more water. We're making bigger batches when we make an infusion. And instead of for pleasure, infusions are often more for the medicinal effect. So we're using the nutrient-dense plants like nettle and linden and milky oats and red raspberry leaf, red clover, and we steep them like a long time, like sometimes 4 hours to overnight. And we use about a cup of herb to about 16 ounces of water. So here's a little visual representation of 3 of the same herbs for a tea versus an infusion. So lemon balm, milky oats, and red clover to go into my tea, and then lemon balm, milky oats, and red clover to go into my infusion. So I made this infusion about 15 minutes ago, and I'm going to pour off a little bit. I made this tea about 15 minutes ago, and I'll pour off a little to show you the color. And then I made this infusion about 6 hours ago. And you can see a little bit of a difference in the color and even the thickness of this tea versus the infusion. And last up, we have decoctions. If you've ever made a cup of ginger tea by slicing fresh ginger root and simmering it on the stove, you've made a decoction. So decoctions are when we take more dense herbs and roots, rhizomes, fungi, berries. We simmer them for about 20 minutes to 40 minutes, depending on the batch size. Usually we have the water reduced to about half. And like I said, we're using things that are more dense and need that simmering in order to extract the herbal constituents. So if you're interested in making your own herbal decoction, I have a chai recipe that I absolutely love with ginger, reishi, hawthorn, dandelion, fennel, cardamom, cinnamon, and star anise that I'll link in the comments.